Hello, welcome back to another video. So, as you can hear, I am still ill. I'm feeling a lot better than I did, but it's still a little rough lately. So, unfortunately, when I had the time, I felt really bad and kind of was chilling with a fever with my brother, so I was not able to make a video in plenty of time. So, yeah, I ended up just trying to do this digital video. I thought I was gonna have time, and I didn't realize that my sister was coming to spend the whole rest of the weekend on into Monday because her birthday was Monday. So I thought I was gonna have time. Didn't realize the schedule, and that's okay. I was happy to see her. She's probably the sister I see the least, so that was good. And yeah, it just left me with not a lot of time, and she didn't leave till like 3 p.m. So it's kind of out of time to do a traditional video, which I considered trying, but yeah, it was gonna be too dark, and yeah, just no time. And then when I was in the middle of trying to film these, which I was very clearly very rusty and not in the mood to be doing, my cousins came over, one of them to show me a comic that they got on Kickstarter. It had just come in, so then I had to stop filming again, and I only came back to do like a couple more just to finish off what I'd started. And yeah, I gave up. I gave up because they just kept being interruptions, and I was tired. I didn't want to do it anymore. I still wanted to draw. I needed a break. It's fine. It's okay. I'm going to get some of the stuff done eventually. But what you're seeing the last little bit since this video started are figure drawings. They're very, very clunky. It's been a while, and I don't do digital figure drawing that often. I do doodles, but figure drawing not as much. I like to do them on paper most of the time. So I was trying to get used to the angle that I had my Cintiq at, which was rough. And yeah, if you haven't watched any of my videos before, I have a Cintiq 16 that I've had for many, many years now. And yeah, I also don't see very well at certain angles because of my double astigmatism, so it kind of skews how I see stuff, which is, it's fine. Once I figure out kind of how to get the right angles and adjust for my weird vision, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I do switch eventually from doing figure drawing because I was really forcing myself to keep drawing. I didn't want to. I didn't want to do the figure drawing at all, but I need to do more of it. I didn't draw for a couple days because I just wasn't feeling well. Every time I'd sit my drawing board on my lap and try, I would end up doodling maybe a couple things, but I didn't have the energy for anything else. Yeah, I struggled with these. It was a lot of back and forth, too many lines, just not going fast, not gesturing things out, not simplifying as much as I should have. But it's okay, because like when I come back from not drawing for a bit or just feeling a little awkward, it just takes a little bit of drawing, and I get back into it, and it's not a big deal. So, yeah. But I'm still struggling to get some stuff together for the market and stuff that we have coming up, which is such a shame because I was getting a bunch done and trying to plan some more stuff, and being sick just kind of threw a stick right in the spokes. So yeah, because it's been a week now of being sick, and I only have a week and like 2 days left before the market. So yeah, pretty pretty rough, and we have a lot of stuff to do, and then my sister caught it. So hopefully she doesn't have it as long as I have had it, and she feels better soon. I left a couple of these in where I did quite a bit of it without skipping much. Just to, I think one I completely don't skip anything. It's one of the ones that I drew from imagination. And yeah, I just left it in so you can see. I just mostly do a lot of chiseling out, erasing, draw again, erasing, draw again. But yeah, my proportions aren't great, and I'm struggling a little bit. But that's just what happens when you first start doing figure drawing after a while. It just takes getting used to. And then right here I decided I should draw smaller because I was drawing things so big, and that just doesn't help. Especially when you need to be simplifying, which was what I needed to be doing for sure. And I was just drawing from quickposes.com. It's kind of generally my go-to. I also have some, like a Couples Eat Studio videos, and I have a few graffiti studio things. Studio graffiti, I don't remember. I always say it out of order. It's fine. But I have a couple of those, and I keep thinking about going through those packs and doing some practice with them. I might film it, I might not, because I don't know. It just depends on what kind of time I have. Because I could do them digitally or traditionally, and that would be fine. I like to do a little setup for that, but we'll see. We'll see how things go. Nothing's really going to plan lately, so it's fine. So this is the one that I draw completely through, I'm pretty sure without skipping. And this is when I start drawing from imagination, because I just didn't want to do references anymore. I was really forcing myself. Kind of like when you're first building up your discipline as a child and you're like, I have to clean my room, or I need to brush my teeth right now, or whatever, before you talk yourself out of it. I just wrote mine so that I would remember if I had forgotten where I started drawing from imagination when I went back to the file at some point. Because sometimes I draw on these files for a long time. This is a pose I draw all the time. Actually, I have one of Yasik from forever ago where he's bending forward like that, but it's more from the front, and he's bent over at like a kitchen table, I think. And then there's like bones coming out of his shoulder blades, and it's like ripped through his shirt. This one was, I don't know, I consider just making him laying down, like sitting in a chair with his head laying on a desk. I've done that a lot as well, but I thought, I'll do something very slightly different. It's really not that different, though. I need to go back to mentally visualizing and then trying to do the pose. And then I need to go back to drawing a pose and then trying to draw it in a different perspective without adjusting it. So, yeah, there's like a ton of stuff that I need to return to. I was thinking about it a lot. I used to study a lot of like animation scenes and sequences and stuff like that. because I find it really, really helpful. And I haven't done that in a while. Actually, this day I really wanted one of my art books, and I forgot they're not here. I was like, oh, I really wanted to look at some stuff to try to make myself feel a little bit more, I say inspired, but it's a different feeling to me. It's something else. But it's fine. Anyway, you can see I'm starting to visualize a little bit better. And I get to this pose. This is probably my favorite one that I do. I had drawn, I cut it out, but you'll be able to slightly see it later. I tried to draw this pose right after the other one, and I just didn't like it very much. I kind of liked the idea, but I knew I needed to draw something a little less bland. So I decided to draw him actually in a pose, and almost like if you were trying to sketch out the scene that you were going to draw. I have a constant thought about, a character being on a bus or a train, and they're leaving. They've got like everything they own, really, or everything they own they could fit in a duffel bag or whatever, and they're just leaving. They're leaving everything behind. This was something that I fit into a lot of stories back in the day that I had to take out of stuff and give new pathways to some of the characters, because it's like everyone can't just be getting on a bus and heading on out, bro. But I think it was just crazy to me because at the time I hadn't really been on a bunch of buses that would be actually leaving. I've been on small buses in my life, a school bus a couple times because my mom drove one when I was a kid, but I didn't really get on buses like that. Greyhounds and stuff like that. I still haven't to this day gone really far on a bus. I think we were in California once. I'm fighting not to cough, and it is making my eyes water. But we went to California and we rode the bus just from the hotel to like Disney or something, and that's the furthest bus ride I've ever taken ever. So yeah. So I guess that the thought of something going that far and just taking you away seems really bizarre, and some part of my brain romanticized it. So that was the other one. I just didn't like it. I mean, for obvious reasons. But it's fine for me, because sometimes if you draw the little pictures like that, even if they turn out kind of crappy, they'll give you an idea. And that was me fussing. I was trying to draw someone up against the wall, like peering around the side, and because I was I was writing on one of my stories the other day, and one of my characters was running really fast to get away from people in the dark, like in the city, which is something I have to really work to try to think about, because I never lived in a city. So yeah, he had to hide by a wall, and he was kind of smashing himself against it, trying to look around the corner at the same time. And I was thinking about how I would draw that, but I did a bad job, so that's okay. Actually, when I thumbnail and I'm actually reading the story, they tend to turn out a little bit better, but that's okay. It's all practice, because you could do the same scene over and over again until it turned out the way you wanted it. Sometimes it just takes a little shift in the camera position, or you just have to go over it a few times. I don't know. It's fine. This is the last one I do, just because I sketched a little bit more, but nothing was really working. I'd been kind of broken from my thoughts, and that was the end for me, really. So yeah, here's the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so sorry about being sick again. Have a good day or night, and bye.